All right. Good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. We're back. We're back. Hope everybody's doing good today. I just have some super light background music while we chat. I'll eventually turn that off as we go too. I'm just kind of testing some things, so hopefully it's not too loud. I'm just getting myself pumped up for today. Hey Holly, hooray! Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna get some hydration going. Hi, Miriam. Hi, lovely. Holly, everything's good, thank you. Everything's going really well. I'm in prep mode in another week and a half. I'll be coming back home and I'm gonna be leading my Joshua Tree retreat at Desert House. Yeah, so in just a week, actually, I'm flying out because I wanna make sure I get there early because I've had some issues with flights recently in terms of delay. So I'm I'm coming out early. Oh my gosh, I bet. Yeah, ballet is no joke. Whole special type of skill and special muscles for that. Stay right there. Hey, Steph. Hi, baby. We're a little late, but can we all give Stephanie a happy belated birthday? Virgos popping off. I love you all so much. My particular organized, glorious creatures. I think that's why I like Virgos so much, because I respect the attention to detail, you know? I always respect the attention to detail. Yay! I know probably there's not a lot of people signed on just yet, but we just gotta give everybody our love while we can. Also, I was trying to find this, it was a stream safe playlist I made, but I don't know where it is. And so I only have one and it's this industrial shit, so a little intense. Yes, I think your Aries moon is also why we're in love. Because I'm a double Aries and I just am just a house full of fucking fire, you know what I mean? That's how it is. That's how it is. Okay, we'll do some chill sounds. We'll see if that's okay. Sometimes lo-fi drives me crazy. Hey, Jessica. And also, hello, Kayla. Hello, hello. Yeah, Kayla, it's really easy to find those things out. One app that I really like is called CoStar. All you need to know, hopefully if you know this information, you need to know where you were born, day and time. And then you put in that information into that app and it will tell you what your placements are. I love that app. CoStar is the shit. But also sometimes like a little too real for me. I'm like, okay, that's enough. Yeah, like I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, okay, simmer down, CoStar. All right, let's see how many people we got in here. Great, we got 8 so far, that's perfect. Yeah. Oh, you too, Jelena. Look at that. Hey, Nicolette, good morning. Thanks for waking up early for me, West Coasters. Yeah, I mentioned in the posting that I did, I know some people are here from Patreon, some people are just YouTube subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting in all the ways you guys do it. Really, really, I can't even tell you how grateful I am. I mentioned in today in my post in Patreon, I know Stephanie said that getting those like weekly emails are really helpful, but I'm just trying to kind of like, you know, check in with everybody, make sure the system is working. If it feels like I email you guys too much, or if it feels like just the right amount, then it really helps getting that day of reminder to come to class. But one thing that I have been doing, every time we finish our stream, I schedule next week's stream. So if you ever have a tough time remembering, you can just go to like the front of my YouTube channel page, and right at the top, if it's not there, then I just haven't done it yet, but usually right there at the top, it's gonna show next week's stream. And you can click a little button that says notify me so that you remember or get like a little notification to come to class. So a lot of ways to remind yourself to show up, because I know for me, accountability is key. Sometimes it's the hardest part about this whole thing. So hopefully I'm doing things right for you guys. I'm always trying to get better, do better. I don't see the emails, but I do get the alerts. Okay, that's cool. You just found a kitten. Oh, great, Kayla. Yes, that's perfect. Awesome, awesome. Well, it's about that time, so I say we start to get going. I know last week we had a shorter class because I took Pi to the vet because I was sure that she had a UTI. I'm like, speaking of cats, she does not have a UTI. Everything's fine. So $300 later, my cat is just feeling a little anxious, which I get. I think just in general, there's a lot of hectic energy going around right now. I think everybody's starting to get into their fall routine. So we're going to do a lot more grounding work today. We're going to still go through the folding, but we're going to start to add some inversions. Now, do know that these inversions are totally optional. You don't have to either, like as a prerequisite, know how to balance on your hands, but we are gonna be doing a lot of drills that are going, wow, this is not gonna work. We're gonna be doing a lot of drills that are going to help you build the strength and build the awareness in your upper body to maybe add on inversions down the line. They're going to be great things that help with your posture, with your wrist flexion, your abdominal strength, and your push strength, because ultimately we're going to try to work towards press today. So press handstands from a wide orientation, okay? But as always, you know, PSA, you don't have to go upside down. And also you don't have to do everything I do in this class either. But here are some tools that are going to be really helpful for you if you want to start to do some of the things that we're going to do today. I should probably put up my hair before class, but you know, hindsight 2020, we're doing it this way. I'm gonna go over here and show you guys a little more up close, I guess. Hi, it's my feet. So some of the props that are gonna be super duper helpful, especially when we get into some of these like late stage variations of what we're gonna do. You know me, I always like having blocks. These are cork blocks, super helpful. They're a lot more dense and weighty, so they can really hold your weight and you can really feel like you wanna give into them. We're gonna use them with our hands, and then we're also gonna see if we can step up on them and let that give us a little more leverage for going upside down. I also want to, you know, offer some things that you could try. If you have a yoga wheel, this is like not crucial to this class, but if you have that yoga wheel in the corner of your room gathering dust because you tried a couple back bends and then you don't really know what else to do with it, I'm gonna give you some things that you can try in terms of press and wide-legged straddle stuff that you can do with this bad boy. So I'm just gonna keep that off to the side to make sure I don't forget to use it. And then as always, like having your mat, having plenty of space, and hopefully you have a little bit of wall space, okay? All right. So I say we get going. Let's get started seated. Let's have a seat. Let's have a seat. Oh, playlist. Yes, Jelena, thank you. I've been keeping it a lot more open with playlists. I'm not gonna play anything here just, you know, to avoid YouTube stopping me. But I've been vibing so hard on the bar playlist that I made the other day. So if you're into it, you may not be into it. I'll pop it in the chat. Yeah. All right. Great, and I'll play it into my headphones. So again, starting seated, facing your front. And I want us to take 3 deep breaths here. Because every time I start a practice, I always need to just invite myself into the room. You know what I mean? Nothing is worse than trying to come into a practice and feel like really distracted or thinking about what you have to do after this shit. So remind yourself that you deserve this time and that this moment, this hour, or however long we spend together is as important as everything else you do today. If anything, more. Great, let's just do one more for good measure. And then I'm gonna have you curl your spine just a little bit, lean back onto your tailbone so you can adjust yourself into Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. Now here you can hang on to your ankles or the front of your shin bones, anywhere that's accessible. Try to lengthen everything out as much as you can. Now even if you just stay right here because you feel the stretch or you just feel really nice activation in your back, awesome. But if you want to go a little bit further with me, start to fold forwards. Try to keep that spine long for as far as you can. And then let's melt the spine, take a beat. And keeping that curvy spine, let's roll ourselves all the way back up to seated. Great, we're gonna repeat this a couple times. Nice, tall spine, good posture. Start to hinge forward any amount, even if you just go forwards a centimeter, even if it's not even able to be perceived by the eye. Take that little lean, and when you got no more in the tank, curl the spine, round the spine, feel that into your back. All right, roll it back up. We're gonna do one more because I believe in the power of 3. It's kind of my magical number. Lift, lift, lift. Start to hinge. Start to hinge. Hinge. And then melt it down one more time. All right. Let's roll ourselves up one more time. Hold that contraction and start to lean back. Nice. Let go of your shins. See if you can reach the arms forward, and really slowly we're going to roll ourselves down onto our backs. Try to keep those feet on the ground even if they drag along with you. And when you make it all the way down, take your hands behind your head, open up the elbows nice and wide. Now first, I just want you to relax the legs. Let them open, let the groin stretch if you feel it. And then we're gonna get a little warm up into your abdominals. So listen up, I want you to press your feet together. Even think about not just your big toe ball mounds and heels, but even your little toesies squeezing together. Great. Now take your low spine, press it into the ground, and let your knees butterfly up and off of the ground as a result. Without using too much force from your hands, let's peel up the head, neck, and shoulders off of the ground. Look forwards. Take a breath in. And with your exhale, I want you to lift up a couple of inches and then lower a couple of inches. Lift and lower. Somehow, I am already shaking. Oh, fuck. I guess it's a good thing we're doing this. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, I know, I'm so sorry, 2, and keep it up on 1. Reach your arms forward, create a steeple grip, meaning interlace your fingers except for the index and point them forwards. This is gonna help you lift up an extra ½ inch. An extra ½ inch. Good. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all back down to the ground. Take that steeple grip up above your head. Extend your legs out towards the upper corners of your mat. Arch through the spine. And then I want you to pick up your right foot, cross the right ankle on top of the left. Great. Now we're going to shift our torso up and over towards your left-hand side. This is a shape called banana asana. We're literally trying to become like a banana. Now, if holding that steeple grip is just not your bag, then you can release it. You can just grab for your right wrist, whatever feels best. Great, let's plane the torso back to center. Uncross, taking that right ankle towards right-hand corner. Left ankle goes on top of the right, and plane the body up and over towards your right-hand side. Nice job, my loves. Let's plane the torso back to center, release the steeple grip or whatever grip you have. Make a big X marks the spot. Big inhale, and exhale, drag everything in and hug your limbs in at the center. So make like a little ball, low spine smooshing into the ground, and rock a little bit side to side. Massage that low back. Great. Now we're going to start to rock and roll up and down our spine. So adjust. I like to place my fingers into my knee pits, and I like to curl up like this, using your momentum to roll like a ball. I say take as many of these you want. In about 10 seconds, we're going to meet on all fours, tabletop position. Oh. Hello. All right. So once you're on all fours, let's spread out the hands nice and wide. I want a little bit of external rotation in those hands, and we're actually going to focus a lot on your hands and your forearms right now to prep for inversions, even if they don't end up happening, right? Because this is all part of that puzzle. So I want you to push away from the ground. You're not trying to go into like super protraction, just a neutral and awareness through the arms. Look down, and I want you to make sure that your elbow creases, that little bent area right there, is trying to face the front of your mat. And then I want you to turn those little bent spaces in towards the center or even back towards your pubic bone. Good, back to the front and other way. So we're doing internal and external rotation through the arms, yeah? This is one of the toughest things for me when I'm working my inversions is trying to make sure that I'm maintaining my external rotation, right? All right, last 3, last 2, and 1. Be sure that you have the external rotation. Add in your cow pose. So reach your heart space forward, start to work into your back bend, and then do the opposite. Push into the ground around your spine and try to maintain that external rotation. It's okay if it eases up a little bit, but I just want you to really work on trying to maintain it throughout these transitions. So get into that cat-cow. Great, last 2. And last 1. Come back to neutral, walk your knees a little bit closer. You can even tuck your toes, sit back on your heels. We're gonna flip one hand at a time. Notice here, I'm doing the external rotation thing also. Ooh, sitting back on your heels makes it a lot tougher, so you don't have to follow me. All right, let's switch sides. So you're just flipping your hand like a pancake. Your palm should be trying to face up towards you. And doing your best to try to work that external rotation. If you're doing a lot of weightlifting or things like that, this can just be incredibly difficult, or if your arms are just tight for whatever reason that they are via your work, your lifestyle, anything like that. So if you feel like you need to have a little bit of bend and you're still feeling the stretch, go with it. Go for it. All right. Let's take a little break. Have a seat onto your heels, tucked or untucked. Shake out your hands a little bit. Ooh. I'm gonna like give my arm some blood here. And after all that stretching, we're gonna do some forearm activation. All right, arms reach forward in front of you. Hide your thumbs, wrap your forefingers around it. Show them, close them. Yeah? Open, close, open, close. The hardest part for me is actually opening up my hands all the way. And then not feeling like derpy, like I'm like catching my fingers. Yikes, this is burning like fire. So 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3. Wow, I need to do more of these. 2, and 1. Bring it back down. And let's do some weight shifts. So as I shift off to one side, I'm gonna turn my hands to the right, turn my hands to the left, turn my hands full around, and fool around. Let's fool around a little bit. Again, out, out, back to front, back to front. See that? So we're just gonna kind of get used to being on our little paws today. Yeah. This is why when you see arm balancers and hand balancers, their arms are like legs in the way that their forearms are like our calves, right? Because they're doing so much balancing on these things that we normally don't use in that way. All right, babies, the next time you work your way all the way back to front, give yourself an inhale, reach your heart forward, tuck your toes, and with your exhale, push it back into downward facing dog. Lift your hips all the way up and back. Do whatever little warm-ups you like to do here. I like to shift side to side. It gives me a really nice stretch into my lats. And then we're gonna take 3 more breaths here. I know the warm-ups always feel tedious, but it's gonna help so much once we get to the finish line. Last round of breath. Great. We'll lift up our heels, bend our knees, look forward, and let's travel to the front. Wow. Travel to the front. You can step there, you can hop there. We're gonna go for hip width distance. And if you have your blocks, I would love it if you could grab them up here. I'm gonna put them on my highest level, yeah? That way my arms have a lot more extension. It's okay if you're hinged forward, if it still feels really tight. You can also come up onto your fingertips. Now I want you to show me your halfway lift. So push into those blocks, lengthen through your spine a lot. I want you to hinge forward just slightly, not hinge, lean forward slightly. Then see if you can hinge a little bit deeper with that activation. The arms can bend, I'm okay with that. Great, now push away from your blocks, bring yourself back to whatever your neutral like weight disposition is, and fold all the way down. Maybe you even grab for the backs of your legs, pulling yourself a little bit deeper. Great. Now let's lengthen back up. Again, press into your blocks. And we're gonna do a big hip stretch right now. So I want you to actually cross your right foot behind your left. Notice my feet are totally flat on the ground when I do this. Bend into your left knee. Now to add insult to injury, walk your blocks over towards the left-hand side and try to like lean. I know like my torso is kind of blocking the view here, but really great stretch for the outside of your hip. Great, let's walk it back to center. Uncross, recross, so left foot is on the outside of the right. Bend into your right knee, let that left hip get really sassy, and then walk the blocks out to the right. All right, let's walk it back towards center. I want you to uncross your legs, push into those blocks one more time. Feel your weight again shifting forwards. And then start to hinge and fold a little bit deeper. I want it to feel super, super active, almost like you're doing like a deadlift. And then melt the rest of the way down, really fold. See if you can again grab for the ankles to pull yourself deeper. All right, let's relax. Let's bring ourselves all the way up to standing. Arms are going to reach up towards the ceiling. And exhale, release them by your side, Samastitihi. Here's a moment where you can step the feet together if you prefer that. Nice and long tailbone, belly in. We're trying to go for Mahabandha or threefold engagement here. So we're wanting that Jalandhara, we're wanting the solar plexus, and we want the pelvic floor. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hip line. Great, lengthen out, halfway lift. You can still use the blocks. And then step back into a high plank position. Great, glide your body weight forward. Nice and slow, bring yourself all the way down onto your tummy. Untuck your toes, keep them hip width distance. Let's go through a round of cobras. Peel up the heart and the head and see if you can, without moving them, try to energetically drag the heels of your hands back to activate your back muscles. Right away, my erectors fire, my lats, my subscaps. All right, relax. That should be the new my neck, my back. What do you think? My lats, my traps, my subscaps, and my pussy and my crack. All right, slide back the hands just a little bit. Peel up the heart and the head again. Heels of the hands. See if you can even lift up a little higher. And bring it back down. Okay. One last time. Hands walk their way back. Yikes, my back is like, good morning. Peel up heart and head. Start to pull those hands back. See if you're even allowing yourself to get up a little higher. For 3, for 2, nice job. And bring it back down. Now you can push yourself up from high plank into down dog or push yourself through tabletop and back to down dog. Reset 3 breaths and then we're going to move breath to movement through Asana with options to hop, okay? Great, last breath like this. And let's get ready to move. Push into your hands, feel that external rotation through the arm bones. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, travel to the front. Grip into the hands as you arrive. Halfway lift, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, Samastitihi. Again, think Mahabandha engagement. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift to prep for Chaturanga. You can step back or you can hop back. If you're hopping right now, land with bent elbows. Shift forward, bend your elbows. Upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Great, again, another 3 breath reset. I'm gonna move this mic to the center. All right, let's get traveling to the front. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, knees bend. Inhale to the front. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. Breath in. Arms by side, body, Mahabandha. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift to prep, either stepping back or hopping back, high to mid plank. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. We got one last round and then we're gonna add on my little darlings. Not too bad so far, you're doing great. All right, again, let's travel to the front. Halfway and fold. Rise up to standing. Arms by side. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, forward fold. halfway lift. Let's see if we can all try one of those hop backs. If you're absolutely not on board, it's all good. But I want you to bend into your knees and push into the ground. You see that? You can even try that with your blocks on a low level if you want, but I want you to feel the protraction across the shoulder blades. Upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breath reset. I know the down dogs can feel repetitive, but down dogs are a function of press. There are also moments where we can drill that external rotation through the arms. We're trying to wrap those triceps back behind us and keep length between shoulders and ears. Great, last breath. And then we'll make our way to the front. Let's grab up those blocks again. And I want you to make sure that your feet and your hands are torso length apart. So I don't want you to feel super close right here. Give yourself a little bit of space backwards. Right foot is in place, and I want you to extend your left leg back. So you're in like a block supported Virabhadrasana 3, okay? I want you to lengthen through your spine, almost like you're going into your back bend. And then with your exhale, pull the knee in towards your chest, push away from your blocks, and curl in everything tight. Even your heel, get that heel in nice and close towards your butt. Inhale, lengthen everything out again. Notice my standing leg can bend just to add on to that. And exhale, pull it in. Let's do 3 more. Wow, my butt is still sore from bar. Now the next time you lengthen everything out, bend into your right leg, step the left foot back, and then bring yourself all the way up to stack into a high crescent position. If you need to widen your feet right away for your own stability, do it. Arms are gonna reach all the way up towards the sky. I'm like, as I look, I lose my balance. Inhale, breath. With your exhale, open twist to the right. Nice. Bring yourself all the way back up to your high crescent. And with your exhale, fly forwards, reach your arms back behind you. Bring it all the way back up. Inhale, breath. Exhale, open twist to right. Take it back up, breath in. Exhale, lean forwards. Good, we got that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Open twist to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lean forwards. Now I want you to hold right here. Reach just your left arm forwards and then open up into your Virabhadrasana 2. Let's start to get these hips open. A little bit of dynamic work here. Lengthen your right leg and then re-bend into the right leg. Sometimes I like to have my hands on my hips for this. If you're still arms out, it's all good. But Warrior 2, to me, is actually a very difficult position because of what the hips should be doing, right? We should be thinking posterior tilt and hip control. When I was doing yoga as a flexible person with a lot less body awareness and body control, my hips were fucking doing every which thing except for the right thing. So in moments like this, I like to just scan, assess. And once I feel like I got it, let's drop into that Vira 2 and let's hold it. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. Flip your right hand, work into a reverse warrior. Get some stretch into your side body. And then come back to center, straighten out your right leg, turn yourself so that you're gonna face the side of your mat. Do a lateral lunge towards your left leg. So just bend into your left knee and send your hips back. Hands can be on the ground, Or if you absolutely need it, you can take some blocks. Now the goal here is to get a stretch into your right groin. So if keeping just one hand on the ground helps and you open up your chest a little bit to your left, say you got some big mobility going on, that'll be the answer for you. All right, let's push ourselves all the way over to the other side. Spin so that you land into a low lunge. Now right away, left knee can lower. We're going into side plank. So here's your modified version, or you can go into full side plank. Stabilize through the left arm. Don't forget to recruit your lats. Remember our song, my lats, my scaps, my traps. One breath in. With your exhale, take it down and work through high to mid. Urdhva Mukha. And exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Let's do the other side. So we'll travel our way to the front. Blocks snatched and ready. Left foot stays, right leg is going to go back. For me, this always feels tighter, okay? All right, now use your inhale, think back bend, think lifting and lengthening, and then pull everything in. Right knee comes to chest and push into your blocks. Now this next one, when I go back, I'm gonna give my standing leg a little bend. Inhale, and exhale, pull it in, push. Let's go 3 more. 2. Last one. Lengthen that right leg back, step it back, land into your high crescent. My hair is super clean and not staying in place, so we're dealing with it. All right, now from this high crescent, if you adjusted your way in any way to feel more stable, make that happen. Let's get you ready. Arms reach up, inhale, breath. With your exhale, open twist to your left. Notice my back leg isn't super stick straight. I got a little bend here. Inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, lean forward. Now straighten out that back leg. Load up your left hip. Inhale, back up. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fly. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, fly. Now let's hold this fly. Reach just the right arm. Open up into your Virabhadrasana 2. Now on side 1, we did these kind of bends and extends, so let's do that. I'm going to re-secure the bun while we do that. And what y'all are gonna do is really make sure that you're doing your posterior tilt and that the left knee is not trying to track on the inside of your left big toe. Because sometimes what happens is we're adjusting the pelvis, but then the legs do funny stuff, right? It's just your body figuring your shit out. So I always say, go slow, explore. All right, when you feel like you got it, hold that shape, take the arms out, front and back. And then let's go reverse warrior. And then take it back through center, turn yourself, work parallel, lean, and go towards that right foot. Right leg is bent, hips are being sent back behind you. I know you just have a talking butt in your face, but the butt has a lot of things to say about this. Now, I did a little extra opening on this. I'm kind of isolating on one arm and opening up my chest to the right. If that's too much for your left inner thigh, just skip it. right. Let's take ourselves back to center. Push your way up and over towards your left-hand side and spin into your low lunge. Now right away, again, knee can lower down, modified side plank, full side plank. Lats and scaps, make them work. Last 3. Great, last 2. And 1. Bring yourself back around, high to mid. And back into downward facing. Now you can stay in your down dog. If you're looking for a little challenge, come down to your forearms for dolphin. Or if you need a rest, work into your child's pose, okay? Whatever you need to do, taking a little breaky break. You guys are doing great. Yeah, we only have like 20 minutes of class left. I'm like, how am I supposed to pull this off right now? But I think that's always what my body is. My body and my mind are trying to do. All right, if you're resting, you're resting. If you're in your down dog hold or your puppy pose hold, you've got 10 more seconds. Great, last 3. Last 2. Nice job, last 1. Now everybody take a quick second. Take a kneel. I want us to try to start some upside down stuff, just working into hops. Now your hops can be done in the middle of your mat. Your hops can also be done back to wall, okay? This is a great tool. There is not a handstander alive that doesn't utilize a wall as a tool, no matter what the skill level is, right? This is your friend for all things. So here's how your hops can go down. You can do them from your downward facing dog. You can even do them down from the ground. So first, our down dog hops. Now you can only do, a couple of these. Try 2, try 3, try 5, or you can try these a whole bunch. Remember the setup? Spinning the arms into external rotation. These are your friends. Also, gripping your fingertips into the ground. This is your brake system. That's what prevents you from falling forwards, right? So I like to lift, hop. Maybe you find a hold. Right? If you're trying those hops against the wall, it's kind of fun just letting your butt bump up onto the wall. Super duper handy, right? You have to be pretty close to the wall. But really nice way to just trust yourself. Even your feet can touch the wall. So give it a go, whatever it is you want to try. If you've already started and you're like, dying, that's okay. You can even do it from like down here on the ground. Much tougher. Requires much more press, right? Let me go to other camera. You guys are doing so good. Last 10 seconds, then we'll take a little break, okay? Always good to know how to fall, right? Handstand training is so brutal, dude. All right. Let's get into some of our final pieces. Here's where blocks and things are gonna come really in handy. So I would make sure that those are kind of towards the top of your mat. We'll work our way to standing in the center. And then we're gonna turn our way out to the side. I don't know if you guys are feeling sweaty like I am, but yes, I'm feeling nice and warm. All right, so we're gonna hinge forward from our hips, starting first with our hands on our hips, okay? Lengthen your spine. Remember that fold we did at the very beginning in the Baddha Konasana? Think same energy here. Nice long spine for as long as you can manage. And then fold at that last minute. If you're feeling like a little dizzy after those hops, you can even just hang out in this halfway position. All right. So if you're in that deeper fold, bring yourself up like you're in a halfway lift. Pivot your way towards the front and grab your blocks if you need them. Let's do a couple of hip flexor hamstrings. So you can go toe tucked or top of the foot, whatever feels best for you. I noticed that the untucked one works really well if your knee is down, and having the tucked works best if you're doing like more of a runner style stretch, yeah? But hamstring and hip flexor dexterity is so important for when we're doing any type of press work, because we're trying to get our hips above our shoulders as best we can. All right, now I want you to have the hamstring stretch of your choice. So either that runner stretch, your Ardha Hanumanasana, you can even go down full kneeling. Or maybe you want to just go into full splits. If you have full splits, go for it, yeah? So whatever's working for you today. We got 5 more seconds, and then we're going to do the other side. All right. Bring yourself out, and then we're going to do the other side. So you can literally just pivot 180 and do it on that side. I'm just going to do it this way. So again, hip flexor hamstrings, tucked, untucked, very challenging to do. Oof. This left side feels so tight. We got about 10 more seconds. And then we're going to hold the hamstring stretch of your choice. So runner stretch, Ardha Hanuman, kneeling. Maybe you go for your full splits. This be my the side that is just uncomfortable. Oh, thank you, whoever's following. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. All right, 10 more seconds. Okay, let's bring ourselves out of here. And then I'm gonna go over these final exercises that we're going to do to get us closer towards press, or either just you working deeper on your forward folds, okay? So again, blocks can be super handy, especially if you're just feeling dizzy and wanna stay somewhat upright, okay? So if your goal today is to just work on your forward folds, I love that for you. So you'll just find your forward fold position. I like to always work at a little bit of an internal rotation with my legs and constantly think about sending my hips back. Sometimes that's just a nice exercise on its own, bending and lengthening and just trying to work deeper, right? Another thing you can work is basically like a good morning, where you lift and lower, okay? So those are my forward fold options for you today. If you want to start to try press stuff, the things I want you to just play with, you don't even have to leave the ground at all. Ideally, not working half on, half off of a mat. But I want you to just push into the ground. Work that external rotation and work your protraction. Lift your feet, lean, and then push back and come back down to earth. That's it. Literally just trying these a couple times. Now, as you lean, something I want you to feel is deep core engagement. Remember that Mahabandha we were doing in the beginning? Everything feels like it's sucking in and up. That's a feeling that's going to be really, really, really helpful for you, okay? So trying those little leans, do. And then if you do have a like a press practice already, cool, you can start to work those presses. If it helps you to have your back towards a wall and do them, great, or you can just do them out in the open. So we'll try a couple of those and then I'll show you some options that can help people that are kind of in between, where they almost feel like they have that press, but it's not quite happening yet, or they fall out of it, okay? So we'll pick our poisons and we'll go with it. I was really feeling that one. Pretty amazing because before class I was trying to like capture myself doing that, but I wasn't warmed up. And now my stability is like night and day because I did all that warm up for class. All right, so say you're in that in-between spot. You're feeling really close, but maybe you just feel like the hips aren't high enough. If you're feeling confident about it, something that I like to suggest to people is doing the same thing, but with your feet up on blocks, because oftentimes you just need that little bit of lift, right? Now, this is laboring under the assumption that you can fold and get your hands down to the ground from here, right? Maybe it even means you bend a little bit, lean, and go up, right? If that feels a little sketchy, then I recommend doing it with your back up to a wall. That way the wall can catch you, right? A lot more safety in that way. Now, one thing I wanted to share with you guys, just in case you're somebody that, again, has the dusty, musty yoga wheel around, this is probably one of my favorite tools for getting myself more inclined to do any kind of press, even straight leg press, which I got and then kind of backtracked on last year. So put it up against a wall. I like to lock it in place with a block. This is where your head's gonna go. Sometimes you just need that little bit of applied pressure to help you get up. Now, finding where your hands are gonna be takes a little bit of exploring, right? So I just like to position, practice just headbutting. I'm gonna position my hands like just a little bit back and then lift, right? Doing that was so helpful, especially for my straight leg one, which probably need to just be a little bit further back for. But it really assists with that press action. Yeah. So if you have a yoga wheel and no neck issues, because that can be really weird for the neck, I always recommend giving that a go. If you're feeling all handstanded out, you can just have a seat because we're gonna do our very brief little cool down. You guys did great. I'm sweating. So cool. Such a handy little tool. All right, if you're ready to cool down with me, I'm sure some people have headed out because it's just about that time, but I'll try to make this as brief as possible. So again, same position, that Baddha Konasana we started in. I'm like, which way do I go? And then I want you to lean over to your right-hand side, take your left leg behind you so that you're in this double stag position. So kind of like going with hip opener of your choice. You can also go all the way through into your half pigeon. I'm gonna scoot this back. Or stick with your deer. All right, last 2 breaths here. And then we'll bring ourselves up and we're gonna switch to the other side. So I'm just gonna go into my deer position from here. So 2 right angles, or squeak on your mat and roll all the way through into your half pigeon. All right, love's last breath. And we'll bring it all the way back around. We'll lay down on our backs. And I want to give your arms and your hands a little relief. So I want you to go into a bridge. Really lift up through the upper body. Take your hands underneath you, interlacing the fingers, and I want you to sit on your wrists. All right, let's lift that butt up off of your wrists. You can stick with this bridge if you have a different counter you would like to take for it, like shoulder stand or plow position. I support you. And then we'll take a few moments here on the ground just to seal in everything that we've done today. We'll do 10 breaths. Last 3 breaths here. And then I'll invite you to stretch yourself out. Again, maybe making that big X shape. Rolling off to one side, pushing yourself up. Whew. Wow. You guys, amazing job. That was a very tough class. So if you did that, please be proud of yourself, even if you did half of that. And you have somehow come back later and completed the whole thing. All of those drills that we did are going to make you a lot stronger. So great job. Ooh. Aw, Jelena, amazing. Yes, get that ass in the air. Whoa. Aw, Stephanie, you're so welcome. Oh, you guys did so good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong after that one. Oh, Miriam, thank you, love. It means so much that you show up. Thank you, Kayla. You as well. At one point, I noticed my ribs were trying to fuse together. You were like, I will fucking engage and get up. That's so amazing, Jessica. Pretty wild what our body does, huh? Especially when it's trying to learn new stuff. Was anybody able to try the yoga wheel thing? Was that helpful? I'm always so curious. It's something that I was doing a lot, and I got really strong with it, and then I kind of let that go. Yeah. And one other thing, like, I know that not everybody has them in their house, but do you guys see this pull-up bar back here? Doing pull-ups or just like doing shoulder shrugs on them can be so helpful. I'm just gonna like close this all the way. I know this light is like right fucking here, but just doing your hangs and your shrugs is going to help so much with that upper body strength. And if you can do pull-ups, using a band, step your feet into that thing, give yourself some support. And you can go inward grip too. I mean, literally anything that's going to get you to do more pulling is going to help your pressing. Every single day it will. Oh, yay. Yeah, the wheel is great. And at my last house, I was doing a lot of pull-ups. I had one of those like pull-up bars that can just sit in like the crook of the doorway. But this house that we got doesn't have like a lip on the doors. So I ended up buying this Rogue one and had somebody professionally install it because I'm like, it's going to be supporting me and my husband's body weight, so I want to make sure it's like really stable. So I had him drill it like into the structural steel of the house. So this is a Rogue bar. Let me put it in the chat. It's the shit. Rogue pull-up bar. It's called the Jammer. The Jammer. Yeah. It's an awesome piece of equipment. And yeah, like I said, I just have that, strap installed on it. So just in case I want to do like a round of a couple, or if I want to just go into a couple of full pull-ups, but man, I mean, it's a kick-ass little bar. And yeah, even just trying to do 1 or 2 of those a day is going to help so much. So much. Yeah, you're so welcome. You guys did great. So other classes I'm teaching this week before we go. Thursday we have our beginners class. And then we won't have class Friday, but we have a sculpt class on Saturday. And I'm thinking about making that more conditioning, like doing more of a conditioning class. And then we'll have next Monday. And then after that, I'll be gone teaching. Yeah, because I'm flying to Ontario next Tuesday. So we will have class next Monday. And then I'll have recordings that will be set to release, both for like the whole community, like on YouTube, and then some things that are exclusive for my Patreon members. And then it'll be fucking October. Yay! So yeah, next week will be our final folding class. So I'll probably try to cook up something special for you guys. You guys did amazing. Yay. All right, my loves. I'm gonna get to getting on. Y'all did amazing. Thanks again for supporting, even if it's just subscribing, or if you support me on Patreon, or if you send me super thanks. I am so, so, so grateful for all of you. So hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Yay, yeah, see you Saturday, Jessica. It's pumpkin spice time. Yeah, I was having pumpkin spice tea all day yesterday. I love it. And I had sweet potato and butternut squash soup all weekend. I love it. It's gourd time. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. I love you. See you later.